Hey, what's up guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review on the Fnatic Gear Clutch gaming mouse. Now, this mouse can be found for around £40 on Amazon.co.uk and on Amazon USA for $45. The links will be down in the description below. Now, this mouse comes with the PixArt 3310 sensor, PMW 3310 sensor inside, and that sensor is something that I've come across quite a lot. And I must say it's one of the better sensors out there, and I'll get into that in just a bit. Now, in terms of what you get inside the box, it's pretty simple. You got the mouse over here. It's terminated by a braided USB cable. It's non-removable. Underneath the mouse you've got a small mouse grips. Now it's quite interesting in terms of the mouse's design. You've got an interesting design over here at towards the end of the mouse. And the reason why I say it's rather interesting, and yes, I know I've repeated that 3 times, it's just because of the lift off. Now you can lift off like that quite easily and quickly swipe left and right. Now in terms of the lift off distance, it is very minimal. I would say about 2 millimeters is the lift off distance, and unfortunately you cannot adjust that via the software. However, its design here means that you are effectively gonna be able to do sort of like op flicks or any sort of mouse flicks quite easily. However, talking about flicks, something I did notice is a bit of mouse rattle. As you can hear, that is coming straight from the pretty loose mouse scroll wheel, and unfortunately you do hear that rattle. Now it does work, it does make a difference when you're going to be for example sniping and you're going to be sort of like slamming down on the mouse, or if you're going to be going left and right really quickly, you're going to be able to hear that small little noise there from the scroll wheel, so do bear that in mind. Unfortunately, this is to do with build quality. I've noticed this on other cheaper mices. I just wasn't expecting it from a £40 Fnatic mouse. Now, on the left hand side you'll have 2 customizable buttons. At the top you've got 2 smaller customizable buttons, and then you've got the normal left, right and middle click buttons there. Now if I just go silent so you guys can hear the mouse clicks. Now in terms of the mouse clicks, it doesn't sound anything out of the ordinary. However, the scroll wheel does sound and feel rather cheap. It just doesn't sound something that you'd expect in terms of like a premium mouse, and unfortunately I feel that it's just a slight letdown. Other than that, it's a right-handed mouse. Now my hand goes from about 18 centimeters, around that, from the top to the bottom, and as you can see, it fits pretty comfortably. In terms of a palm grip user, or even claw grip, you could use it as a claw grip, or a fingertip type user, it would fit in terms of your average size male hand. Now bear in mind, if your hand is smaller or bigger, of how it will fit around this mouse. Now in terms of the ergonomics, I have no sort of problems at all. I was very much comfortable using it, very much like my Logitech G402, which I use on a daily basis. And as you can see over here, in terms of size comparison, they look very, very similar. And in terms of ergonomics, and even in terms of their size, in terms of how high they are, the height is very, very similar. Now in terms of the mouse itself, I must say that the software works flawlessly. I didn't have any problems with that, and through the software you can assign all the macro keys that you'd like, set 3 different profiles which do really correspond with the DPI, and you can disable that as well. And you've got the illumination over here is full RGB colors. Yes, we need more RGB colors over here, and you can see over here there I've set it as a color cycle, so it goes through all the different colors. Now one thing I did notice, and something I do want to comment on, is the quality of the buttons that I use. Now the buttons work flawlessly through the macros that I assigned. However, the feel and the look of the buttons is rather cheap. At the top it just doesn't feel that premium. It just feels like it's a very bog standard cheap mouse that it doesn't seem like it's going to last that long. Now obviously these are just assumptions, but just based on my experience of other mices out there and what I've seen, I just didn't feel these were premium. Even as soon as I got them out the box, it just looked rather odd. Now it's just a little observation. As I said, the buttons work flawlessly right now, but this is a brand new product. I can't really comment on how it would be after a years of solid use. Other than that, I must say the sensor performance is fantastic. Yet again, great job from PixArt for the 3310 sensor. It's flawless tracking. I have no problems of one-to-one tracking. It's very accurate in terms of my my movements. It is rather precise. It goes up to 5,000 dpi, so you can adjust that through the software to your heart's content. But it is very precise and it works flawlessly. It works through a variety of different sort of surfaces, and in terms of like its accuracy whilst flicking and even just hitting down the mouse, I have no problems of using the mouse at all. So overall guys, in terms of performance, no sort of complaints over there. Just like any 3310 PixArt sensor, or at least it's been well implemented or not even touched, I had no sort of problem. I just would have loved to see a lift-off distance adjustment through the software. Now in terms of the software itself, again, no problems at all. Just wouldn't have any sort of problems with it at all, and you can use it very easily, and once you save the profile, it saves it to the mouse, and therefore you can use its onboard memory, as far as I can tell, use its onboard memory in order to transfer it from computer to computer. Now I could be wrong in terms of that, but from what I've seen of the software and how it saves it to the mouse, I would think that this would be the case. I could be wrong, as I said. Anyway guys, overall, I think it's a decent mouse. It's not great. For £40, it is one of the cheaper mices you can find out there with a 3310 sensor, and therefore it makes it quite good value for money. However, it does have its flaws, from its sensor rattling to its buttons that look rather cheap, and no sort of dedicated button in terms of profile switching, like for example underneath. But other than that, ergonomics work fine. It's got a very simple but yet effective look, and it works and it does the job. It's not a mouse that I would really shout about, and for £10 extra I would personally go for the Logitech G4 but that said, not everyone has an extra £10 to spend on a mouse, so I can see why you would want to save a little bit of money and go for something like this. Plus you get an extra button at the top, so that could favour some gamers as well. So there we go guys, this is my honest opinion of the mouse. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Make sure you check in the description below if you want buy links for the mouse, and more than anything, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, favourite and share, as it always helps the channel grow. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed, take care and bye bye.